We're just talking to Jakob about the unique situation for a rookie being able to maybe play for a winning team. Has that changed any of the way you look at him or approach his preparation?
No, not Doug, because I think he's a mature young man for his age. Even though he's a young player, he's mature. He's got an old soul. So he doesn't get too excited. He doesn't get too down when he makes mistakes. He's even keel, which really helps a young player in the NBA. And so he's not like your typical young player coming to the league that has the highs and lows emotionally and psychologically. He can mess up on 2 straight plays, but he's going to bounce right back. And that's going to be a really plus for him when he's competing for playing time.
How's that competition going?
Well, it's going. I mean, JV is clearly ahead of him just because of his experience, but he and Lucas are battling out. Lucas has his good days and Pirtle has his good days. So I don't know. It may be matchup driven, in certain situations. We've been playing Lucas a little bit at the 4. Somewhat, and looking at him in that situation. So it's going to be, I think, an ongoing competition with those 2 guys.
How do Lucas and Jakob compare defensively, specifically? Like, what can one do that the other can't, and vice versa?
Well, Jakob is more of a positional. He does a great job of anticipating. Where Lucas is more of uses his length more than anything else. He blocked a shot this morning. It was very close to goaltending, but again, I'll take goaltending right now over nothing at all. But he used his length more so than Jakob does, but both of them, really need to continue to improve with their rim protection and paint protection defense.
Is one of them ahead of the other defensively at this point? Defensively?
In certain way, like I said, probably Lucas is better anticipating shots, and Pirtle's probably better at getting down, moving his feet, and pick and roll defense. So, both of them have good and bad points with their defensive approach. Lucas is doing a good job of passing the basketball in the pick and roll situation, and Pirtle is probably one of our best screeners right now. He's nicked some people up with his knees and elbows, which I like.
Lucas has told us, he fully admits that maybe he wasn't as serious about his craft as he should have been his first couple of years. Have you seen any kind of renewed maturity, intensity to him?
Well, again, that's been his challenge, is to take this craft seriously. It's his job. Don't come back looking the same every year. Bring something new back. Work on something in the summertime, whether it's your body or your shooting or your shot blocking a bit, whatever it is. And that's something I've seen a more of a serious approach from Lucas. Again, consistency is important. I mean, we can talk about it, but I want to see the consistency from Lucas, and he's done it this whole camp. So we got 3 or 4 months to go. So let's continue that approach from him.
I would think part of his skill would be sort of his happy-go-lucky nature and his sort of effort jumping around and crazy. That's got to frustrate a coach when it doesn't translate into the seriousness needed.
Well, that is a good point and bad point. As long as you use that energy and that happy-go-luckiness in a good way. But again, this is a man's game. It's a serious game. It's all of our livelihoods, and you got to approach it that way. And I think hopefully he's smelling the coffee now and seeing that, hey, I've got to get better, or Jakob Pirtle is going to catch me, Pascal Siakam is going to catch me, and if I don't, how many more opportunities I'm going to have in the league. So I think he understands that. I know he's been told that numerous times by myself and Masai and different people. So. Hopefully that sinks in, and because one thing you can't give a guy is maturity and have a guy grow up as quick as we want him to. And but again, at some point you have to in this league, or you get left behind.
It's been a rare opportunity to get a whole week again, a second week actually. What was the takeaway from this week? Have you been pretty happy with what you've seen, or?
Yeah, today we had a good practice 2 days ago. Last night is hard to tell with the scrimmage. I thought we got some good running in last night. Today we had bits and pieces of a good practice. I think guys didn't expect us to go as hard as we did, and we went hard, and I liked that once we got going. We did some boxing going in, and guys coming in working on footwork and boxing and moving and our core work and having our balance, just mixing it up a little bit. But once we got going, guys kind of got into it. We were competitive, but it's been a defensive theme, and that's going to be our area. It's going to be a theme for a while for us for the rest of this month.
How does a coach approach preseason back-to-backs, which got to be horrible?
It is. Again, the good thing about it, San Lorenzo is one of the top teams in South America that won the championship, so that should get us excited. Should get us excited coming back home. It's very difficult to answer your question, Doug, but it's a good practice for us because we want to approach it the way we're going to approach it a few weeks from now because they're coming. And so the way we mentally approach back-to-backs, we can't go, oh, here we go. No, we got to get excited about it. Even though deep down we know it's exhibition, we got to get some mindset practice into, how do we prepare mentally? How do we prepare physically going into a back-to-back? And that's what preseason is for, even though it doesn't mean anything. Just creating winning habits is more important.
But in some way, aren't these two, I don't want to say giveaway games, because you've already give guys nights off, and I presume you'll give players nights off tomorrow and Friday. You won't tell us who, of course. But so you can't have your full mix in for 2 of your 7 preseason games. That's got to be difficult.
But still, though, I still think, with the back-to-back approach, I think it's important to get into that mindset, get into a game mindset. We can take film from who is in the game, no matter who's there. But again, probably next week we'll gear up to trying to get closer to the regular rotation. And we've been doing that in practice and doing that a little bit, the second unit, first unit in our scrimmages. So we've been doing that more so than in the exhibition game themselves. But more so, the guys that step on the floor creating good habits. That's been the theme more on both ends of the floor, more so than winning or losing the exhibition game.
This is the first time ever that the same 2 cities have met in the semifinals in both the MLB and the NBA in the same year. I wanted to ask you, I don't think too many people would have guessed that it would be Toronto and Cleveland 5-6 years back. Neither city had won a lot until recently. What's it been like for you here in Toronto, seeing the turnaround, not just here with the Raptors, but also the Blue Jays and the Blue Jays?
Well, I'm as old as Doug is, so I remember the Blue Jays back when they won the championships, and but again, winning is contagious. And I said this the other night at our team dinner. It's great for us to experience the Blue Jays winning, for the guys to go to the games and feel the passion that the fans have and winning. I'm telling you what, there's a pride in that. I feel it for the Blue Jays, the players feel it, and hopefully they felt it for us going into that. So anything we can do to be a part of that, to go see it, to watch it, to have something to pull for, I think it's great for us. I think it's great for the city. A lot of times I kind of, when I first got here, felt our fans had a woe is me attitude. Now where I see now is, okay, we're Toronto, and there's a pride there. There should be a pride there because we have a world-class city, world-class baseball stadium, world-class baseball team, world-class basketball team, facility, fans. So let's have a little pride in that and use that as confidence. And there's nothing but good that can come from the Blue Jays winning and our players going and pulling for them and being a part of that atmosphere. And then again, vice versa.
Although you probably don't look forward to seeing LeBron and Cleveland, the Toronto-Cleveland thing, if it continues for you guys, it probably means that you're on the right track.
No, I'll take it, because that means, like you said, Josh, it means both of us are doing something right. And again, it's not going to happen through osmosis. It's going to happen through us continuing to work, continue to understand the way we got there. Was that we have to be the hardest working team on the floor every night, not every other night, every night. Because if we don't, we're a good team, but we want to be special. And to be a special team, we got to continue the work first attitude, or it's going to be a lost cause.